Imagine a civilization lost to time. Picture a world where bustling cities, intricate art, and advanced engineering were all part of daily life. Yet this world vanished, leaving behind only whispers in the sands of time. This civilization thrived thousands of years ago, long before the rise of the Roman Empire or the construction of the Great Wall of China. It was a beacon of human ingenuity and culture. It stretched across a vast land, including parts of modern-day Pakistan, India, and Afghanistan. This extensive reach allowed it to influence a wide array of regions and cultures, creating a rich tapestry of interconnected societies. This was the Indus Valley Civilization, a really smart ancient culture that flourished from around 3,300 to 1300 BCE. They were pioneers in urban planning, with cities laid out in precise grids and advanced drainage systems that were ahead of their time. For centuries, the story of this great civilization was buried, hidden underground, and forgotten. The sands of time covered their achievements, and their cities lay in silence, waiting to be rediscovered. Then, in the 1920s, archaeologists made amazing discoveries. They unearthed the remains of this lost world, revealing a civilization that was as advanced as it was mysterious. They found the remains of ancient cities, frozen in time. These cities, with their well-planned streets and impressive architecture, spoke of a society that valued order and beauty. These cities, including Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, showed the beauty and sophistication of a lost world. The artifacts found here, from intricate pottery to detailed seals, tell the story of a people who were skilled artisans and traders. The Indus Valley Civilization, also known as the Harappan Civilization, became a major force in the ancient world. Their influence extended far and wide, impacting neighboring cultures and trading partners. It existed during the Bronze Age, at the same time as ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia. Yet, despite their contemporaneity, the Indus Valley Civilization developed unique characteristics that set it apart from its peers. But unlike those civilizations, the Indus people remained hidden for thousands of years. Their script remains undeciphered, adding to the mystery of their culture and achievements. Discovering the IVC was a big surprise. It challenged existing historical narratives and opened up new avenues of research and exploration. It made scholars rewrite history books. The discovery of the Indus Valley Civilization added a new chapter to the story of human development, highlighting the diversity and complexity of ancient societies. It showed that South Asia was home to one of the world's earliest and most advanced cities. The legacy of the Indus Valley Civilization continues to inspire and intrigue, reminding us of the enduring power of human creativity and resilience. The story of the Indus Valley Civilization begins long before its great cities. It is a tale that stretches back thousands of years, to a time when the land was dotted with small, humble communities. It starts with small farming communities across the fertile lands of the Indus River Valley. These early settlers were drawn to the region by the rich soil and abundant water supply, which made it an ideal place for agriculture. Around 7000 BCE, people in this region started growing crops like wheat and barley. This marked the beginning of a new era, as they transitioned from a nomadic lifestyle to a more settled way of life. They raised animals like sheep, goats, and cows. These domesticated animals provided them with meat, milk, and wool, which were essential for their survival and daily life. These early farmers created the base for the Indus Valley Civilization. Their hard work and ingenuity laid the foundation for what would become one of the world's earliest urban cultures. They developed new farming techniques, which helped them grow extra food. This surplus allowed them to support larger communities and led to the development of more complex social structures. This extra food allowed some people to become experts in other crafts and jobs. Artisans, potters, and metalworkers began to emerge, creating goods that were both functional and beautiful. One of the earliest known settlements is Mehrgarh. This site provides a fascinating glimpse into the lives of these early people and their evolving culture. Located in present-day Pakistan, Mehrgarh gives us a look into the lives of these early Indus people. Archaeological findings from this site have revealed much about their daily activities and social organization. Archaeologists found that the people of Mehrgarh lived in houses made of mud bricks. These structures were simple yet sturdy, providing shelter and a sense of community. They made pottery and tools. These artifacts not only served practical purposes, but also reflected their artistic skills and cultural values. They also traded with other communities. This exchange of goods and ideas helped to spread new technologies and cultural practices across the region. Over time, these settlements grew bigger and more complex. New technologies appeared, trade routes expanded. The increasing complexity of their society set the stage for the rise of urban centers. By 3300 BCE, everything was ready for a true city-based civilization to begin. The groundwork laid by these early communities would lead to the development of the great cities of the Indus Valley Civilization, such as Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro. Between 2600 and 1900 BCE, the Indus Valley Civilization grew into its biggest phase. This period saw the rise of large, sophisticated cities. These cities were amazing examples of urban planning and engineering. They showed how organized the Indus people were. Two of the most important cities were Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro. These cities were located hundreds of miles apart, but they were surprisingly similar in their layout and design. Both cities had streets arranged in a grid pattern. They had complex drainage systems. They also had public baths and places to store grain, which suggests a highly organized society. The cities of the IVC weren't just places where people lived. They were also centers for trade. The Indus people developed huge trade routes. These routes stretched across the Indian subcontinent and beyond, reaching Mesopotamia and other parts of the ancient world. Trading in the Indus Valley. The flow of goods and ideas. The Indus Valley Civilization, one of the world's earliest urban cultures, thrived on its ability to trade. This trade was not just a means of survival, but a sophisticated network that connected them with distant lands and diverse cultures. The Indus people were skilled traders. They developed intricate systems to facilitate trade, including standardized weights and measures which ensured fair transactions. Their expertise in crafting and trading goods was unparalleled in the ancient world. They traveled by land and sea to exchange goods with faraway lands. The use of boats and caravans allowed them to navigate through challenging terrains and vast distances, making their trade network extensive and far-reaching. Evidence shows they traded with Mesopotamia, the civilization in modern-day Iraq. This connection with Mesopotamia highlights the Indus Valley's strategic importance in ancient trade networks, acting as a bridge between the East and the West. The Indus merchants sold many things, including cotton cloth, pottery, jewelry, and precious stones. These items were highly valued in other regions, showcasing the craftsmanship and resources of the Indus people. In return, they bought raw materials like copper, which was essential for making tools and weapons, tin, which was used in bronze making, and lapis lazuli, a precious stone that was highly prized for its deep blue color and used in jewelry and art. Trade brought more than just wealth to the Indus cities. It facilitated cultural exchanges, allowing the Indus people to learn from and influence other civilizations. It also helped spread new ideas and technologies. Innovations in metallurgy, urban planning, and agriculture were shared and adapted, leading to advancements that benefited multiple societies. For example, the Indus people started using standardized weights and measures from Mesopotamia, which shows they wanted to be efficient and organized in their business. This adoption of standardized systems indicates a high level of sophistication in their trade practices, which shows they wanted to be efficient and organized in their business. The meticulous record-keeping and use of standardized measures ensured that trade was conducted smoothly and fairly. The large trade routes of the IVC highlight how connected the ancient world was. These routes were not just pathways for goods, but also for ideas, technologies, and cultural practices. They show that even in the Bronze Age, people from different cultures and continents were linked by trade and the sharing of ideas. This interconnectedness laid the foundation for the complex global trade networks we see today, proving that the desire to connect and exchange is a fundamental aspect of human civilization. Amazing engineering, the cleverness of the Indus people. The cities of the Indus Valley Civilization were incredibly advanced in engineering and urban planning. They were far ahead of their time in sanitation, water management, and public works. One of the most impressive things about Indus cities was their drainage system. Mohenjo-Daro, for example, had a complex network of covered drains under the streets. These drains carried wastewater away from homes and public areas. Houses had toilets and bathrooms connected to the main drainage system. The Indus people also knew a lot about managing water. They built elaborate systems of wells, reservoirs, and canals to supply water to their cities and farms. The Great Bath, a huge structure found in Mohenjo-Daro, is just one example of their advanced water engineering skills. Skilled craftsman art and technology in the IVC. The Indus Valley Civilization created many beautiful works of art and interesting objects. These objects give us clues about their culture, beliefs, and daily lives. The Indus people were skilled craftspeople. They worked with different materials like pottery, metal, and stone. One of the most famous objects from the IVC is the Indus seal. These small, square, or rectangular objects were made of a type of rock called steatite. They were often carved with complex designs and a writing system that we still can't read. Scholars think these seals were used for many things, like marking ownership or identifying people. The Indus people were also skilled metalworkers. They made tools, weapons, and jewelry from copper, bronze, and even gold. Their pottery was also very impressive, often decorated with geometric patterns and pictures of animals.